Bill Cosby has now, a judge in a 2005 deposition has um, released that deposition, which shows Bill Cosby's confession to buying drugs. And I can't even pronounce it. I don't have it in front of me. Quadrilla, whatever, something with a Q. For purchasing drugs for the purpose of having sex with women. I'm not comfortable with that phraseology. You don't buy drugs for the purposes of having sex with women unless you're just that, unless you're personally using it like alcohol and you're so afraid of women that you are, you need drugs to get in the mood, right? But no, that's not how he was using them. Bill Cosby allegedly used them to drug women, and now the judge in that case has said that the reason Quaaludes, there it is, Quaaludes, thank you. The reason he let that information go was because he felt that Cosby was being such a hypocrite in this entire conversation. And, hey, I don't understand. If you did a 2005 deposition, that was only 10 years ago. If you did a 2005 deposition and it was on the books that you purchase drugs for the purposes of having sex with women, how do you maintain this facade of innocence when all anyone has to do is go and find this deposition, and then the world will know all this time you've been potentially lying? That's the thing that bothers me the most. Yes, it's absolutely terrible. And all of the victims, it's very, very terrible. But what's adding insult to injury is the level with which Cosby maintained this facade of innocence, this arrogance, this like, how dare you accuse me of something when in actuality you had already confessed to it in a deposition, which means that there are multiple people out there who are alive today who realize that you've been lying all this time. That is what I think bothers me the most, is the arrogance and the confidence of what control. Did he believe he had all these people under control? Did he believe that the judge would never, that he controlled, that the judge would control and never put out this deposition? I don't understand. So that is what bothers me the most about this. And my producer said I've gone dead, but I have a green light across the board. Actually, hang on a second. I don't have a green light on my radio connection. So guys, hang on one second. Okay, so we're back. The arrogance with which Cosby has carried himself over the last couple of months. Now, there's a lot of people rejoicing, and this is the part I don't understand. A lot of people rejoicing at his downfall. Here's my thing. If I don't rejoice in anyone's downfall, and that's just me personally. I don't get off on people falling and people getting in trouble, even if they did something wrong. I think that's just my personal thing. I hate to see anyone's legacy completely destroyed. Well, maybe I'm lying, because I'm not really too sad about Donald Trump. I'm not really too sad about Donald Trump losing his legacy. So maybe I need to hang on. Maybe I'm being a hypocrite myself. Hang on, let me think about that. I'm being hypocritical. Dang. Okay, so I guess let me say it more correctly. I don't enjoy seeing people that I admire have their legacy destroyed. Let me be honest. Okay, so there it is. Because I have no problem seeing people like Donald Trump. So then maybe he's Cliff Huxtable, and we grew up on him. Everybody grew up on him for the most part. And it's really sad to see, a lot of times the mistake we make. This is the mistake we make. We believe that the person that they portray on TV or in the movies or even in the political sphere, we believe that that's who they really are. And so we saw Cliff Huxtable and we thought Bill Cosby and Cliff Huxtable were one and the same. And in full disclosure, I got a scholar. I went to college on a Cosby scholarship. Bill Cosby paid my way through college for at least for the first 2 years before I decided to change my mind and do some other things with my life. But for the first 2 years, I was a recipient of the Cosby Scholarship, which was a full ride, which absolutely was brilliant. And I got a chance to meet him at the graduation because of he was sending me and a couple other people at our school money. All right. Now, that being disclosed, the problem still is that we don't make any distinction between who people are in their private life and who they portray themselves to be. And so we fall in love with their public persona, and we get disappointed when we realize that that's not who they really are. And this happens quite often, and it happens to everybody. And so the moral of the story is that we absolutely need to not be so sycophantic. We need to not be so in love with people that we can't become deaf to the obvious and to what people are telling us. It doesn't mean that we crucify every single person, but it means that if 20 people have come out, then maybe we need to stop thinking of him as Cliff Huxtable and saying, okay, something might be up with Cosby. And that's finally the case. The most ironic thing was R. Kelly. R. Kelly, of all people, came out and said that that Bill Cosby was a pervert and that he needs to go to jail. The same R. Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, that is known for loving girls, young girls. So anyway, that was a freebie. I didn't even have to go there, but still, I just saw that come across my screen. I'm like, come on, man, it's the kettle calling the pot black. All right.